Look at this planet, a beautiful, serene blue marble floating in the freezing abyss of deep space. At 4.5 billion kilometers away from the Sun, Neptune looks like a peaceful sapphire jewel locked in an eternal slumber. But you are looking at a masterfully crafted cosmic lie. Neptune isn't asleep. It is, without a doubt, the most violent, unpredictable, and psychotic world in our entire solar system. When Voyager 2 flew by in 1989, it didn't find a frozen wasteland, it found a roaring planetary nightmare of epic proportions. Winds rip across the planet at an impossible, screaming 2,100 kilometers per hour. That is well beyond the speed of sound on Earth, rivaling the maximum velocity of a supersonic fighter jet. If you somehow stood unprotected in those heavy methane clouds, the sheer kinetic force wouldn't just blow you away, it would instantly tear your physical body apart at a raw molecular level, erasing your entire existence in a fraction of a second. But here's the maddening paradox. Weather is driven by solar energy heating the atmosphere. Neptune is so far out it receives just 0.1% of the sunlight Earth gets. The sun there is nothing more than a bright needle prick in a pitch-black sky. By all known laws of meteorology, Neptune should be a dead battery, a stagnant, motionless block of ice. So how is a dead battery running the most powerful meteorological supercomputer in the entire solar system? How does the coldest planet generate the most violent heat engine? To answer that, we have to look past the blue illusion. We have to look down, deep down, into the crushing depths. Scientists pulled the raw thermal emission data from the historic Voyager flyby. What they found completely shattered our fundamental understanding of planetary physics. Neptune emits 2.6 times more energy than it absorbs from the sun. It's not just passively reflecting dim starlight, it's actively producing its own monstrous internal power, generating a fierce, lightless heat from the deep, dark spaces within. Down in the crushing dark, 8,000 kilometers below the clouds, the atmospheric pressure is an astonishing 100,000 times greater than at sea level on Earth. Under this imaginable weight, ordinary methane gas doesn't just condense. The pressure becomes so extreme, it aggressively rips carbon atoms completely away from their hydrogen bonds. The isolated carbon atoms are crushed together with brutal, unrelenting intensity, forming diamonds, literally. We're talking about millions of tons of pure diamonds raining down like a relentless, glittering avalanche through a dense, boiling fluid mantle. As these countless diamonds sink further into the abyss, they create tremendous friction on a planetary scale. This constant, heavy grinding of gemstones towards the center is the hidden, throbbing engine driving the entire world. Mystery solved, right? Diamond rain powers the storms. But in science, every answer breeds a deadlier question. Meet Uranus, Neptune's near-identical twin. Same size, same chemical makeup, and experiencing the exact same diamond rain. Yet Uranus emits zero excess heat. It is completely, utterly dead inside. A cold, frozen, featureless ball of ice. Why is one twin lifeless corpse and the other a raging furnace? Diamond rain isn't the whole story. Something uniquely violent happened to Neptune, an ancient cosmic event so cataclysmic that the entire planet is still recovering from the trauma 4 billion years later. It's as if Neptune is suffering from a permanent planetary fever, trapped in a perpetual state of post-traumatic shock. We need to check the planet's fingerprints. Look at Earth. Our magnetic field is neat, orderly, and comes directly from our molten core at the center. It makes logical sense. But when we measured Neptune's magnetic field, the data looked like a system glitch. It isn't generated in the center, it's offset by a bizarre 47 degrees, completely displaced from the planet's core entirely. To generate a twisted, warped force field like that, the planet's mantle can't just be ordinary water. It has to be an alien, impossible state of matter, super ionic water, a thick, churning layer of black, boiling ice. This freakish ice is thousands of degrees hot, yet it is held completely solid and dense by the immense crushing gravity of the planet, entirely defying everything we know about nature. The only way a planet gets a boiling ocean of black ice and a broken, offset magnetic field is if its entire interior was stirred violently. Astrophysicists believe Neptune was the victim of an ancient cosmic hit and run. Early in its life, a rogue planet the size of Earth smashed directly into Neptune at an unimaginable, terrifying speed. This wasn't a glancing blow that merely tapped the planet and knocked it over, like what happened to its lazy twin, Uranus. This was a brutal, catastrophic, head-on collision. A giant, rogue cosmic impactor penetrated deep into Neptune's core, utterly mixing its planetary guts like a giant blender, permanently disrupting its internal equilibrium and violently jump-starting a roaring thermal engine that is still burning, churning, and screaming in the dark today. We've solved the storms, the heat, and the broken magnetic field, but the deepest mystery of Neptune isn't what it is, it's where it is. At 4.5 billion kilometers away from our sun, the primordial dust cloud that formed our solar system was simply too thin and scattered. According to the unyielding laws of physics, a planet this massive simply could not have formed this far out. There wasn't enough raw material in the empty freeze to build something so gigantic. Neptune's very existence in its current location is a mathematical impossibility, unless it wasn't born there. In 2005, a supercomputer simulation called the NICE model revealed the ultimate mind-bending plot twist. Neptune wasn't born in the deep freeze of the outer edge. It was actually born much closer to the warmth of the sun, right in the crowded, chaotic, and dangerous neighborhood of Jupiter and Saturn. But billions of years ago, Jupiter and Saturn shifted their orbits, falling into a deadly gravitational resonance that destabilized the entire solar system. This created a colossal, unstoppable slingshot. The primary victim of this cosmic betrayal was Neptune. The massive gas giants literally kicked Neptune out of the inner solar system, ruthlessly exiling it into the cold, dark abyss. But Neptune didn't go into exile quietly. As it was violently hurled outward through space, it acted like a massive, unstoppable cosmic bowling ball. It smashed headfirst into a vast, pristine disk of trillions of icy comets at the edge, throwing the entire outer system into absolute terrifying chaos and scattering ancient worlds across the unforgiving void like broken glass. This chaotic rearrangement dynamically reshaped the entire layout of our cosmic backyard, establishing the final architecture of the outer solar system we observe today. The undeniable evidence of this ancient violence is still visible today. Look at Pluto. Pluto's bizarre, elongated orbit is locked in a perfect, rigid mathematical dance with Neptune. For every 3 times Neptune orbits the Sun, Pluto orbits exactly twice. This isn't a beautiful coincidence. Neptune literally dragged Pluto by its gravitational hair into this locked orbit during its violent migration into the dark. But here's where the epic story of this distant, cold planet suddenly becomes your story. When Neptune smashed into that ice belt, it didn't just push things out. Its immense gravity hurled trillions of those icy comets inward, crashing down towards the sun. This apocalyptic event is known as the Late Heavy Bombardment. For millions of years, a relentless, blinding rain of giant comets screamed through space, heavily hammering the inner rocky planets in a brutal cosmic assault. And one of those prime, unfortunate targets was a completely dry, dead, burning rock covered in toxic magma and boiling sulfur, a young, infant planet called Earth. Those invading comets carried a hidden, precious cargo: cosmic ice water. Millions of years of continuous comet bombardment filled our parched planet with liquid water, creating our vast blue oceans and the perfect watery primordial soup where the very first single-celled organisms divided and life began. It gave our world its signature beautiful color. We look at Neptune and see nothing but a forgotten, lonely exile, a violent, screaming hell at the absolute edge of the void. But the truth is far more profound and deeply unsettling. Without Neptune's violent banishment, without that exact cosmic tragedy 4 billion years ago, Earth would be nothing more than a barren, dry desert, a silent, dry monument to what could have been, spinning aimlessly around a mid-sized star without a single soul to witness it. The most distant planet in our solar system is in reality the secret, violent architect of your very existence. You aren't just looking at a cold blue dot in the shadowy dark. You're looking at the exact reason you're alive today to see it, to breathe its air, and to wonder at the universe.